excuse me, guys. Hey, everybody. Oop, sorry, Loki's over here. Gave me a little bit of a scare. Hope you guys are all doing okay. We have a lot to talk about today. I'll be streaming for about 30 minutes or so because I'm still sick. My throat got a little bit worse, but my nose got a little bit better. So I think that's going to be a win here. Loki wants me to play with his little ring toy here, which I've been playing with him for like the last half an hour. He doesn't like the fact that I am streaming with you guys right now. There you go. So, hey, Jonathan. Hey, Tony. Hope you guys are doing pretty well. Sick. Yeah, I've been sick for the past week. My man, normally I'd want to stream a little bit more than I did this past week. But guys, let's talk about Bitcoin here. There's been a lot of stuff happening, as you guys have known over the past few days. We did really start to break down below that 50-day moving average here for the first time in a while since we really started this rally. That was a little bit of a bearish sign, as well as, a few weeks ago when we started to break down below the 20. However, guys, at this point, this is what you guys want to see if you guys want to be taking any longer term positions here. We've talked about this a little bit before we hop onto Bitcoin, but when you guys look at the NASDAQ, the SPY, and the Dow Jones, they've all been holding their levels of support so far. So we saw the Dow Jones holding the level of support barely, but holding. NASDAQ holding above the 200 here, barely. Again, barely. We opened up below it one day, but we managed to close above on the top. And the SPY as well, also managing to hold above that 200 here. So that leads me to believe that maybe Bitcoin has an opportunity to not crash as much. I still think, excuse me, we are going to eventually break down below this line. But for the bulls out there, that's the strong case for the bulls right now. Because the SPY, because the NASDAQ, and because the Dow Jones Industrial Averages, the stock market basically didn't break down below those stronger levels of support that they were testing, I would say, the majority of last week. We managed to have a good bounce off of those, especially on Friday. Now, as far as Bitcoin's concerned, we had a small bounce over the past few days, and that was really back over here. The smallest bounce off of that trend line, right about like $22,000 or so, a little bit above it. But ever since then, we've been kind of going sideways for the most part until the last few hours, as we started to test out, the bears tried to test out this support level down here and see if we could break it before the end of the day. Therefore, we'd actually have that candle that closed down below, signifying a breakdown. And then, of course, all hell would break loose. But what ended up happening here, guys, is we managed to hold. There were some decent attempts to push us back down, but especially as we got back down here towards the 22,150 level, there was a huge buy in here with a lot of money flowing into Bitcoin. Now, is this something you guys should be really excited about? I wouldn't say like crazy excited at the moment, but for you day traders out there, you guys might have a little bit more room on the upside. What I've been looking for over the past 24 hours for us to break above, sorry, Loki's still over here, is this. So you guys know that on the Lux Algo Concepts indicator here and a couple other ones, they have this point where you can put the daily highs and lows automatically onto your chart. So it'll do the highs and lows of the previous day's charts. So when I show you guys these two blue lines here in a couple seconds, this is what it refers to, the high of yesterday and the low of yesterday. That candle, okay, not what we're experiencing so far from today's candle. All right, if I go over here to the 15-minute chart, the low was right down here that we got pushed back down, I don't know, maybe a couple hours ago now. But the high here is like right above where we are right now. We're at 22,375, and this level of resistance here, the high is around 22,409. I think if we break above that 22,409 level, Bitcoin has a short-term opportunity to pump back up to possibly 23,000. Maybe 22,800 or so, but I think we would have an opportunity to have that pop. So for the bulls out there, again, that's what you guys are looking for. If you guys are bearish, you guys are pretty much just waiting for the opportunity for us to break down here. I would say if you guys want to have another short, you guys could always just wait for the 22,157 level to be broken. But for me, since we're already so close to the support levels down here, why not just wait a little bit longer and wait for that bigger move? One of the interesting things here is we were actually trying to form some type of higher lows here. We really never got the opportunity. We had our low over here. We tried to make a higher low over here. We did have a higher low technically, but over here, what happened? We broke that system and we started to go into this lower high situation here. So at this point, guys, I'm more of the camp. If I go over here to Fort, sorry, Loki, stop it. Ew. Go bite that somewhere else. He has his toy. Oh, don't hit your head. Ouch. You okay? He's drooling on my leg, and that's weird or nasty. There it goes. All right. So over the next few hours, guys, I'm really looking at this trading range here, right around there to right around here. And if we can manage to break above this level, I do think there's an opportunity for us to move up a little bit higher here and give us a breather going into tomorrow. If you guys remember here, let's go back to the weekly chart, auto. We had that death cross a while ago. Let me just turn this off for now. We had that death cross a few weeks ago, and so far since that death cross occurred, I guess it was more of in between these 2 weeks, so kind of around here. Honestly, it hasn't been the best of times for Bitcoin. I think we all know that. We've talked about death crosses a lot on this channel and how much I do not like them, or how much I trust their actions for the most part on the weekly charts, right? At this point, though, I'm using that 50-week moving average as a level of resistance for any large moves that I may be trying to make. If we manage to break above this, awesome. I'm still not convinced we're going to break above the 200. We had a few weeks to try to do that. Really didn't see any major success there, which was kind of unfortunate. And that's also because the economy started to see some really weird news. Right now, this is the week of what, the February 27th? I guess, yeah, it really is the beginning of March, isn't it? Well, in a few weeks now over here, let me just put a couple of candle bars here. 1, 2, 3, there you go. On this week right here, we're going to have the Fed minutes, and this is going to be a big, big week if you guys think we're going to be having a 50 basis point rate hike or a 25. I think most people are pretty much assuming just another 25 basis point rate hike, excuse me. Excuse me, guys. But expect a lot of volatility over here. So even if we do break down and we do start seeing some of these lower levels of support, whether that means we're coming back down here to 20,400 or so, let's say, for instance, sometime later on this week or next week, excuse me, we break down. As we kind of find our lows over here, and maybe we bounce off of the 20-week moving average or so, we'll have to wait and see. Expect a lot of volatility towards the end of this month, because in February, we really didn't have any big Fed rate hike announcements. January really was a blockbuster month for all that type of stuff. So let me get rid of all this stuff now. There you go. And excuse me, guys. I've been drinking water out of a Sprite bottle because, my gosh, I've been chugging, like, this is my second water bottle today. I've been chugging this stuff down. Trying to stay hydrated while sick, right? All right. So those are just a couple of things I want you guys to be aware of right now. There we go. But on the 15, I really, if like for the bulls out there, you really just want to see us break above that 22,410 level. That should give a lot of reprieve for a lot of people out there who are worried about their shorts or worried about their longs, okay? And hey, Jane, happy to see you. Hey, Shannon, hope you feel totally better soon. I'll feel better soon, guys. I just got something back in my throat, but my nose is getting a little bit better, which is pretty nice. No, I don't get sick too often, but this year, this past like 5-6 months, I've been getting a lot more sick. And hey, Voodoo, happy to see you back, my man. Comfort, Loki, stay for the crypto conversation. Hey, he appreciates it. You can see his arms over here. I don't know where his toy is though, but we've been playing outside a lot today. Not a lot, but maybe for like an hour. It's very windy outside, which is why you see I have my jacket on here, my good old Columbia. And hey, Nico, Jim Bob, hope you guys are doing well. Guys, yeah, that new chart, guys, I have new charts on here. One's the Dogecoin chart. It's a new look on the Dogecoin chart. And the Bitcoin live stream chart, that one's going to be good as well. Those are both going to have Lux Algo stuff on them. I'll be maintaining them more often, so I'm going to try to check on them at least every other hour. So there's nothing wrong with it, like music's not working or something to that effect, right? So yeah, give them a look when you guys get a chance. They're pretty chill new charts here. This is the Bitcoin one here. There's a 15-minute chart on the top, liquidations on the right-hand side, and a 5-second chart on the bottom. And it has all the buy signals, the resistance waves, and the and some of these other so I want to play that right there. And some of the other things right there, like the trend lines and whatnot. So I'm pretty excited for that. I got the email last night, so as soon as I was able to this morning, I made sure to hop on the computer and show you guys, or load up the other stream for you guys. So give it a look when you guys can. Excuse me. All right. But yeah, as far as Bitcoin in the short term, we just want to see it get above that 22,410 level. It's about, less than $100 away, like 40, 50 bucks away from where we are right now. You're probably going to see a pretty robust move up here if we manage to do it. At this point, since we did manage to hold on the daily, we do need to have at least a little bit of a work. I'd be bullish for the next hour, maybe 2 hours at least, see if we can have a stronger move here. This is just the 15-minute chart, though, so you can see right now if I hold on the 1 minute, there's still a pretty decent battle going on here, but bulls really just want to break out right there. It's not too far away, right? Not too far away at all. As far as some of these other things we've been watching, you can see Ethereum is doing the same thing. Let's go over here to the daily. Ethereum is one of those few things that really did not break out over the last few days. Right, I've seen me break down over the last few days. Although we managed to break down below the 20 and the 50, and it looks like just like with Bitcoin, we're most likely going to have a death cross here between the 20 and 50-day moving averages, which is not good for the overall move of the charts. You know, we still haven't broken down, and I do like that as far as Ethereum. Usually if Ethereum starts breaking down with Bitcoin on the ledge, Bitcoin just follows Ethereum, just like when Bitcoin's broken down before Ethereum, ends up following along, which is why I'm kind of happy to see Ethereum kind of at least still going sideways. Because you saw other stuff like Matic have its breakdown a while ago, although we all know that Matic went up a lot higher than both Bitcoin and Ethereum. Dogecoin also had its breakdown over here over the past few days. Hope it can manage to curl back up, especially if Bitcoin can hold. XRP tried to break down but managed to hold. This was something that was really wild here over the past few days. Let me go over to the 50-minute chart. You guys can see how wild of a move that was, but it managed to hold. Not even on the 15-minute chart did XRP manage to close down below this. So that was pretty adamant on XRP's part. All right. But yeah, you guys saw a lot of stuff break down over the past few days. Link broke down. You can see how it's not even having a good day today, barely moving at all. And it managed to close down below yesterday too, which is a shame. But both golden crosses happened a while ago too. I only had a small bump because of that though, because everything else was coming down. Can't fight Bitcoin, right? STMX broke down a while ago. That's a low market cap coin though. She broke down a while ago. Litecoin, Litecoin managed to hold here. Short-term support managed to hold. It did break down a while ago on a few different trend lines, but this thing kind of, if you guys remember, this is a little bit longer trend line. I don't know what I'm doing over there. Litecoin kind of had a crazy rally in the middle of nowhere, and it was getting pumped up like crazy. So this is pretty interesting to see how this thing's been breaking down, but also just kind of going all over the place since then. That basically the uptrend ended, and now we kind of went into more of a sideways trend. Now we're just having a series of lower highs here and lower lows here, and waiting to see if we can luckily or hopefully break out, or if we end up coming back down here to that next level of support, which would be right around here, around like $81, $82 or so. There we go. Back over here to the basics. So I do want to see if Bitcoin can manage to break out. If so, that'd be nice. Oop, just got a call from somebody and it went off really fast. Okay, there you go. No worries. Just didn't want it to do too much of a ringing. Oh, these indicators aren't set up properly for this chart, are they? Oh, this is a 1-minute chart. That's why it's all wonky. Okay, don't worry about the sell and strong indicators. It's nothing to worry about there. And hey, JR Sample. Sorry guys, I'm talking fast because I'm still sick and I didn't take my ADHD medication today. Hey, JR Samples, and hey, Aaron. Hope you guys doing well. Good to see you, Michael. Glad I caught the stream. Yeah, well, normally I don't stream too much on Saturdays, do I? I haven't been able to do much over the weekend. I've been really taking it easy since I've been sick, but I think Loki's been getting all my attention, frankly. The one thing I did today that was time exhaustive is I made homemade nachos with chips, some sausage, some cheese, some sharp cheddar cheese, some jalapenos, some duck meat, some homemade pico de gallo in a food processor, and some sliced up avocados. Pretty good. It was pretty good. I haven't made a good meal in the last week or so. But I made cinnamon rolls the other day. They were perfection. And hey, baby fish, short squeeze before the next leg down. I could see next short squeeze. All I'm waiting for right now is just to wait for that big that breakout above the 22,410 level. I think we can easily break above that at that point. Because guys, normally when we're kind of at these points, unless we're having some type of bad news in the stock market, we at least want to have a pretty nice wick to pop up before we eventually take that larger move down. At least at this point, guys, we have managed to make this a nice little higher low here. So you got that, like it's too short, so I can't even make a circle. No, let me just get rid of that. It's going to look funny. There's actually a circle tool somewhere in here. I don't use circle tools ever. There we go. Okay. A low and a higher low right there. That's basically what we're looking for. There we go. And we want to continue to have those higher lows. And at least, I mean, if you want to see a robust day as far as Bitcoin that squeeze, maybe you're just hoping to get back up here towards that 50-day moving average at around the $23,000 range. Yeah, that's what we were just talking about a few minutes ago. I just didn't see that the 50-day moving average was actually right there. That would make sense if you put along a rectangle over here. You know, just try to match up somewhere in that body of work. I could see it squeezing back up into. The high point is like $23,026. Maybe we get a little bit higher than that. But if you guys wanted to buy right now for a nice little push, I would probably choose to buy an altcoin instead of Bitcoin, unless you guys are using some type of leverage play, or perhaps just doing a 10x leverage or 5x leverage play on Ethereum would probably be a good bet, because Ethereum still hasn't broken down, and Ethereum, on the other hand, like we were just talking about, has still below the 50-day moving average and the 20. I could see a nice little move up here if it wanted to. Like another like 2%. I'm not talking about anything crazy, guys, but something to give you guys some optimism as far as making some money when the market's about to probably go down the next leg. Because go back over here to the NASDAQ. I'm such not. Go back over here to the NASDAQ. Sorry, guys. We still managed to hold above the 200 daily moving average. That was really our level of support over the past few days after we got the bad news about Apple, Google, Amazon, yada, yada, yada. And the earnings have been just so far. Ever since then, we tried, well, let's zoom in enough for you guys. Yeah. We tried over here on the 24th, held. The first held. The second managed to hold, even though we closed, opened up below it. We've been able to hold so far, and that's pretty good for the stock market here. Now, if you guys want to get more bullish on the stock market again before the Fed meeting later on this month, you would want to see us break out above this simple trend line right here for a lot of these different moves. Maybe this is for the SPY too, right over there, or NASDAQ, whatever. That's what you guys would be hoping for, because again, we do have the opportunity here to have a golden cross, and that'd be kind of nice. So as much as I talk about Bitcoin possibly breaking down and such, remember, I still think if we do break down, we're just going to be coming back down here at most down to 20,500. We can come down lower, especially if there's some worse news. I know some of you guys brought to my attention today that Bybit was, oh, there's the pop I was talking about. See, I know what I'm talking about sometimes. Although I wish I was just showing you, I wish I was showing it to you guys live. Boop. But yeah, there was some concern that Bybit is halting USD withdrawals through a specific bank. I looked into it, and it sounds like it's not their fault, but it's the fault of their banking partner, I guess. But you can still just withdraw money, just not USD. So I don't actually withdraw cash at all through any of my exchanges. I always send it over to Coinbase or something, then I put it over to my bank account. So this isn't something I'm really too concerned about. But well, there we go. Yeah, see, we're having a nice little move right here. And look at that nice, beautiful breakout point on the daily high. See, on yesterday's high, excuse me. But we can watch this for a few seconds here. This is a pretty nice move here, and you're seeing everything else have a nice little pop as well. Everything else is about like a 0.5% to a 2% up, kind of in line where Bitcoin is right now. But my main point here, guys, sorry, I'm kind of going off on a tangent now, is no, I totally forgot my train of thought. I'm sorry, guys. I was looking at that little pop right there, and I'm like, oh yeah, look, that's a nice pop right there. That's right here. I was late to the Litecoin party. Hey, JR Symbols, a lot of people were. I was only brought to my attention because one of my friends that went to a Litecoin conference, Tom, he was telling me about the big moves happening there, and I was like, just didn't even know about it. I don't talk about Litecoin as much because it really hasn't been the best investment for me long term, but it's been one of the things I've been holding for the longest of times, right? I first bought Litecoin way back in the day, before it started to have some really big bounces. And yeah, there was that squeeze that Babyfish was talking about right there. Nice breakout right here. Let's see. But yeah, a lot of people relate to that party. It looked like it was a pretty good one though. Because I know Litecoin even was pumping right after they had their Litecoin conference in Las Vegas. I think that was in Caesars or some hotel on the Strip, I believe. Because I was at a different conference at the Venetian at the time, but it seemed like the Litecoin conference is pretty chill. I don't think there's any crypto conferences when I'm going this in a few weeks. If there was, I would definitely try to hit it up though. And hey, Rodrigo, do I work out? I have weights that I use every now and again. I mostly just walk a lot and jog when I can. I guess the most I ever exert myself is Probably when I go to the gym and I just want to swim for like a couple hours and I just want to do laps. I'm a big fan of laps, but when you go to pools these days at gyms, I don't really go during this time of the year because like everybody's going to the gym for the first time and everything's busy, so I don't bother. But I have those like Bowflex weights. I got them during COVID at crazy high prices. Well, you just like click them in and you can change the weights up to like 45 pounds for each dumbbell and you just go whoo, whoo, whoo. You know, that's what I like to do. But yeah, I've worked out for a long time, ever since I was in football in high school, and that was ages ago. And hey, GT, evening, my man. Do I think BlackRock will save Silvergate Capital? I mean, I hope so, but I don't think so. So I hope so, but I don't think so. The way Silvergate is going right now, they're like literally saying like, hey, we don't know if we're going to be able to survive. When a bank says we're not sure if we can survive, any responsible person that has an open account with that bank will say, okay, you just told me you might not be able to survive. I'm going to move all of my money out of your bank immediately. That's what a responsible person would do in this type of situation. So I don't think that Silvergate is going to survive. I do think there'll be a little bit of a mini catastrophe there. I'm hoping the exposure isn't too broad across the overall market, but you know, maybe they'll find some type of funding or backing, but I'm just not sure how they survive the SEC cracking down on them losing clients like this, FTX scandal, you know, starting kicking a lot of this stuff off. I honestly don't know how they managed to hold on at this point in time. I should look into do a little bit more research for you guys on that topic. But as far as Silvergate's concerned, I don't really think it's going to survive. I don't think it's going to die fast, but I think like sometime later on this year, within the next like 6 months, maybe, I think it is probably going to die off here, or it's going to just close down. The funds will be moved over to other accounts, you know. But I wouldn't trust it. I wouldn't put any money in Silvergate's hands at this point, because the majority of people that have money in Silvergate, you know, it's a lot of millionaires, a lot of people with like hundreds of thousands of dollars. And a lot of the FDI insurance that people have, it only covers $250,000. Now there is SPIC insurance that goes a little bit higher than that. But I mean, again, if your bank all of a sudden tomorrow came out and said, or Monday came out and said, hey, we're not sure if we're going to be able to survive the next few quarters, are you going to keep your money in that bank and risk it? Or are you just going to take it out? I'm just going to take it out. That's what I'm going to do. And you see a small pullback here as far as this little bit of a mini pump we've been talking about here off the breakout. This is a pretty solid breakout for scalpers, though. It's scalper's paradise right there. Yeah, I see that original strong move here. No buy signal, though. It's a strong buy, but still. I guess you were really trading this one if you wanted to have the breakout play. Oh, yeah, there it is. Dip back down. You want to buy it right there. Was there really no other pattern here? Oh, yeah, look, on the 5-minute chart, looks so much more clean. 1-minute chart can give you a little bit of a scare sometimes. Yeah, there's the buy. Yeah, there's the sell. Strong move right there. Only worked for like a minute or 5 minutes. Move right here. Buy right there. Buy right there. Okay, these signals have actually been pretty accurate on the 5-minute chart. Oh, sell right here well before the dip. Buy right there. Yeah, not bad. Okay. 5-minute chart for this thing is working out pretty well if you guys are using the long-term signals. 1-minute chart, do not use the 1-minute chart for buy sell signals. Sometimes it works, but 1 minute's a little too much going on for this algorithm, I think, at least at this point. But you go back over here on the 5, you can just see we're taking a solid breather. Nothing wrong about that. Which one of these was the actual level of resistance from the highs and lows from yesterday, though? That's what I need to figure out again. It was not this one. It must have been that last one, yeah. So let's go back to the 5. Yeah, the big pop right there. That makes more sense. Okay. We can do it right here. That works out. Okay. Hey, Razorback, happy weekend, everybody. It's definitely been a fun weekend for a lot of you guys out there. I'm happy to see some volatility entering the market again. Even if we've been kind of worried about the price coming back down a little bit more, I'm still fine with it. I want to see what pattern breaks out or happens right now as far as this Bitcoin 1-minute chart. 5-minute chart, guys, we're just still doing a small pullback. This is probably a buying opportunity for a lot of people that want to play the next leg up if it does have another leg up here. There we go. But again, remember, guys, we are still looking at this. We're at the support level here at the low end of this pattern. This is where most people are going to be trying to buy for that larger move up. The only people that have really been buying so far is if you go back over here to that 4-hour chart, this accumulation zone that we've been talking about. really just waiting for that breakout that we just talked about a few minutes ago. But really, the bold people down here that managed to play the support level. Whoosh. Okay, back over here. This is the 50-minute chart, 5-minute chart, 1-minute chart for now. You can definitely see Bitcoin trying to make a larger move up. Litecoin's up 2% though, so that's a pretty nice move off of Litecoin here. Solana's up almost 3%. This thing's been grinding up. Ethereum Classic up a little bit as well. Litecoin having a larger boom over the last few minutes. Anything else here? STMX is up a little bit. XRP is up a tiny bit. Dogecoin is up a good amount too. Oh yeah, Dogecoin's cruising right now. All right, there we go. And hey, the real transporter, happy to see you back. And hey, Hennessy Black, what's going on with Dogecoin? Dogecoin's not doing much at this point in time. It broke down a few days ago here, and we're just hoping to see if it can curl its way back up here over the next few days. If somehow, again, the stock market doesn't manage to break down below those 200 weekly moving averages for the SPY and the NASDAQ there. But at this point, more negative news on Dogecoin. We broke down below the 200 daily moving average as well. 2 death crosses inbound here, probably sometime in mid-March, kind of around the same time we're going to be looking at all that data coming from the Fed minutes here. So, you know, we'll have to take that in stride. But at this point, if you guys are in a Dogecoin, this is a nice buying opportunity. If you guys are trying to play a wave back up here to maybe 8.5 cents, 9 cents, if you will. But for me, I'd probably just want to pay it up to like 8 cents, 8.5 cents. If we manage to make some type of low right there, that might be something to be happy about. But at this point, dollar cost averaging is what I choose to do with Dogecoin. I don't like day trading Dogecoin all too much. All right, let's see if this accumulation actually worked out and we're going to go higher, or if we're going to dive back down a little bit more and wait for a longer accumulation. I'm hoping because we're at support levels at this point that maybe the bulls can kind of strike back a little bit stronger. They've been kind of punished over the last few days, as you guys could possibly imagine. That's right there. And hey, Monica, did you get puts on Microsoft? I don't think so. I don't believe so. I didn't buy anything for holding over the weekend here. I wanted to see, no, because Microsoft, I don't think Microsoft ever broke down. So if we go back over here. Well, let me see, did Microsoft break down? Maybe I wasn't available when it actually did. So Microsoft broke down there. No, so what do you call, No, it wasn't Microsoft. The NASDAQ never broke down. The NASDAQ never broke down. I think we were talking about this with Canigula, I believe it was. Yeah, because we were talking about how the NASDAQ, if I can go back here, we're waiting to see if the NASDAQ and the SPY could break down here, and if it broke down from there, then you would know that most likely the NASDAQ and the SPY are both going to really trickle down for the next week or so as we kind of head into this Fed minute situation in a couple weeks. Something more like that with a pivot point and ultimately just coming down slowly, but not like as crazy fast as we've seen over here and over here. Like, you know, those are the scary fast times where everybody was panicking day after day after day. But as far as Microsoft is concerned, let me see. It's holding a general level above the 50-day moving average. It did break down here, which means it's most likely going to go back to being more sideways and not just booming up left and right here, unless the NASDAQ and SPY break out, of course. Let's empty this out here very fast. Weekly chart so I can see what's going on. We didn't break down below the 20 either. Kind of in this weird squeeze zone, aren't we? I would say I might buy some puts as far as Microsoft if we get back up here towards the 50-week moving average, maybe 257, 258 levels. But I'd only want to be day trading at this point just because I haven't seen that those breakdowns as far as the SPY and the NASDAQ. I'm just not so confident about still doing some of these larger swings here. Now, if I want to do a larger swing, I'm really just going to wait for a few more weeks until we have some of these death crosses that appear between the 50-week and the 20-week moving averages and the 200. So once we see the 20 go like this eventually, or the 50 do something like this, which will probably happen sometime in May. You know, historically, when we do have those death crosses here, we're usually looking at some pretty solid moves. Coming out of a bull market, yeah, this is more of what we're looking for. Sliding down just a little bit. This is more of 2010. The economy wasn't so bad, but this move wasn't so bad. I mean, small downward move after that. I guess after the cross, what did we end up falling down? What is this? 12%. I guess that's a good amount there if you're looking to, you know, do some puts. Anything else here? This is smaller moves, 2006. I don't remember what was happening over here. I think I was in middle school at this time. But we had the crosses over here. Not really much happened. We fell down like 10%. So you're used to seeing some pretty generally bad moves, I would say, when these crosses come across. That's when I'd be more in tune to buying some puts as far as this is concerned. But really, all I'm looking for, since even though Microsoft managed to hold, it looks like, or even though Microsoft managed to break down, it seems like at this point, the indexes are acting a lot like Bitcoin and altcoins, if that makes sense. Because we should be coming down a little bit more, even after we broke down below the 50-day moving average here. I would have suspected that we would have come back down here to maybe, let's see if I can back up here. Maybe somewhere in here in the range of like 240 to 238. Let's see this too. 240-ish, I can see that. But what happened? Even though we broke down, the SPY and the NASDAQ still didn't break down, and that's what kind of is killing everybody right now, which is why I don't like doing too many swing trades on this. On Microsoft here, though, what do I keep getting out of this? Okay, 15-minute chart. Look at that robust move. Geez. I got to be careful about this because now I have multiple streams on the, the day trading. Oh, snap. It's going to be a pain in the butt. Hold on a second, guys. I got to figure out this new system here, so I got to be careful about how much I use these charts. There we go. Okay, put this on. Maybe if you get a breakdown here on Monday, that might be kind of fun to actually have a little bit of a trade. Let me go back over here, enter the password into this right there. Hit OK. Basically, I'm in this. I don't know. I don't think you guys can hear the music. I turned it off, but oh no, you guys can't hear the music. Sorry, you guys can't hear the music. Connect over here. All right. There we go. Okay, sorry about that. I need to make sure that stays good. I'm gonna have to get used to doing that with only a few one TradingView account on this one. All right, but as far as Bitcoin's concerned, guys, there we go. Looks like a little bit of a dip and a rip effect right here, so that was an accumulation zone like we were talking about. Let's see if it manages to break this high here or we start to make lower highs. I'm pretty happy. I think we can make we're towards the beginning of the day. I think we can actually break this one pretty easily and try to make a higher high. Let's move this over here. Actually, let's just make that into a ray, though. There you go. Let's change that to be red, though, just so it looks a little bit better for a resistance level. There we go. Okay. See. And ahead, I see you got 15,000 bucks invested in Dogecoin. Dude, I think my Dogecoin's worth like $50,000, $60,000 at this point. No, anything like that. I'm thinking of like way back when. Maybe like $20,000, $25,000 now. I got to check it out. I normally just dollar cost average, though. That's my thing. It used to be a lot more, but I sold off half of it, or like 60% of it back at the all-time highs-ish. Not at the highs, close enough, though. Like 70 cents is the last time I sold anything. And hey, the real transport missed on the bounce. Don't worry about it. What do you call it? This was something that like it's mostly for scalpers out there, if you ask me. What do you call it? I'm not even trading during these times. First of all, I'm sick, and I don't trade well when I'm sick because I'm usually just like all over the place doing other stuff, wanting to just chill out and like not work. Like, why would I work when I'm sick? And at the same time, this is a risky spot to be trading right now anyway. Like, if you wanted to be buying down here, you would have had to take some strong risk. You would have tried to be buying around this support. Now, let me try to stretch this out for you guys. The support level over here, you would have been trying to buy that around there and trying to be lucky. But man, in the moment, here, let's do a little bit of a replay here. Let's go with the 3x speed. In the moment, like all you're seeing is us coming down more and more and more and more, right? And see another lower low. Lower highs right there. Perhaps if you wanted to get more bullish and take a short, a short-term trade, you could have been seeing if we broke out above this, you might have been more interested in actually going along at that point. Perhaps maybe another one right around. No, that didn't work. That didn't work. That didn't work. I mean, you can see how many times we broke out and it didn't work, right? I mean, it would have been a different time frame. Would it have been in the 5-minute time frame? But short term here, maybe you could have been looking at this. There you go. Strong. Yeah, see the strong move right there. That could have been more of what you were looking for right there. But even then, you see how it goes sideways a little bit, consolidates before making that next leg up. Possibly just the golden cross right there is enough for you. But boom, don't worry about it. Just the move from like down here, like that low point to here, that's about 2%. You're not going to be making too much money unless you're trading with like a 5x, 10x leverage type of play there. Let's see. And on the 15-minute, we're still trying to grind our way up here bit by bit, hit that resistance level around 22,622. But on the 15 here, you guys can see we're about to have a golden cross here. I'm hoping that can actually give us a stronger move up to at least testing at that $23,000 range. Then we might cool off a little bit more. But again, it's only the beginning of the day. Maybe we'll find some more action here over the next few minutes or so. Hey, Katie. Yeah, definitely Microsoft. I think we're also talking about Netflix with you too. Dogecoin is not the same like it used to be when it came to day trading it. No, it's much more difficult, There's a lot less volatility in it now. And the way it moves is it's really designed against new investors at this point, if you ask me. Much different compared to new investors. And hey, Mehdi. Hey, Mike, I'm still on my learning journey and long Bitcoin from 22,150 using paper money based on a bullish diversion on the 5-minute time frame, and it's going great. Dude, Mehdi, that's awesome. Make sure you have your stop losses in place and your target prices in place. That way you know what to do, and you can buy or you can take some profit or hold longer if you need to, okay? Just make sure you're keeping track of all those trades. But so far, it sounds like you made a really solid trade. Dude, have some fun with it. I know you said it was paper trading, but guess what? If it didn't go your way, you would have been losing real money, my man. So that's good. Done weekly double top. What is a level of support? Oh, Doge. Okay, I didn't read the message right below it, Doge. I was like, Bitcoin double top on the weekly. We are having a golden cross here on Dogecoin on the weekly chart, 20 and the 50. That'd be kind of nice to see a stronger move up here. Now you talk about Doge weekly double top. What is a level of support? Doge weekly double top. This is the weekly chart. I don't see a double top here. On the weekly chart. We got it that very fast. Maybe you're hoping that we have a top like that and we make another top here over the next few weeks. That's a possibility. For that type of play, my support level would be actually it'd be a pretty generous support level. Somewhere down here around like 0.069, which would be about a 8% support stop loss. That'd be pretty extreme. I guess it wouldn't have been as extreme if you kind of bought while Bitcoin was testing out support. So maybe not the very bottom here. That's more of around a 5, 6. Still seems kind of heavy here. The stop loss almost makes you not want to make the trade, though, especially because even though we're having a golden cross on the weekly chart, you're about to see two big death crosses happen over the next couple weeks here between the 20 and the 200 and the 50 and the 200 here. If you want to see the double top perform, though, like from a top up here to a top up here, if you wanted to long it, maybe something more like this, where we're just coming down to the trend. Once we see the breakout, boom, and then you might just use the 200 daily moving average as that level of support, because what's going to happen if we do break out is it's going to have to break out above the 20 and the 50-day moving averages, leading to a really robust move for Dogecoin. Maybe not hitting up here towards 9.5 cents or 10 cents really fast, but at least coming back up here to 9, and I think that'd be a worthy trade. So again, that'd be maybe around here of like 8 cents to 9 cents. That'd be about like a 15% profit or so. I can see that working out pretty well. Probably with maybe a short-term scale out level right there on 8.5, but that's optional because at that point, Dogecoin can have a really nice boom. Dogecoin's known for having these nice little beautiful moves before eventually giving a lot of it back, right? There we go. Man, this is not going to be as easy for Bitcoin right now. It's really facing some resistance at this level. We don't want to break down below that 20, even if it's just a 1-minute chart. We want to show some strength here. What's my price for the Dogecoin next bull market, taking into consideration market cap and Elon? Okay, a lot of the Dogecoin stuff, like a lot of it requires that Elon Musk is still like on board the Dogecoin train, and there's actually some type of large developments happening around there. The good thing about Dogecoin at this point is it's still on Robinhood, it's still on Webull, it's still on all the major exchanges. It's not like it's been tossed out of some trash coin and like, how do I say this? It's not like it's been delisted, I guess, right? That's been very good news for Dogecoin. Sometimes you see coins popped up and they just get delisted after a few months because everybody doesn't want to trade them with them anymore, or there's some type of scam that pops up. You know what I mean? I would say that next bull market, Dogecoin could easily reach $1, like easily reach $1 for the next bull market. Probably at the highs though, maybe just somewhere between $1.25 and $1.50. I'm not entirely sure how wild this next bull market is going to be, depending on how the regulation works. But if Elon is still involved, I would say easy $1. If not, probably going up to $1.25, $1.50. We're going to have a lot of institutional money coming in this time. And on top of this, which is going to be interesting here, when it comes to, how would you want to say this, regulations and such, and the money that's going to be allowed to go into the market or feel more confident about it, you're going to have a lot of institutional money coming, like I just said. But on the other side here, I do think there is a more worrying side for the entire market, just not Dogecoin, which is why I still kind of keep it more hesitant around $1.25 or $1.50, which I think is kind of conservative as far as what people would assume Dogecoin might get to during the next bull market. I still say a little bit more conservative on these numbers, only because how do I articulate this properly? As you guys know, we've been in this kind of crazy 10-year cycle where there's been a lot of free money being printed by the Fed. I don't know during this next bull market if the Federal Reserve is going to be printing all of this money. I don't know. So if they continue to print a lot of money and like pump up the economy once we kind of hit this recession and they're trying to get us out of it, maybe Dogecoin actually goes higher than $1.50, maybe even as high as $2, which can be really crazy, but it can get there with all the big pump. But if the Federal Reserve, which I think is going to do, is going to be more careful about how much money it just prints and sends off into the wild of the economy, I don't know if we're really going to break past maybe $1.50 or $1.25. It's like here. Okay, whatever. This is from 2008. You can see the Fed balance sheet. Let me zoom in here a little bit more for you guys, and let me chug on some water before I talk anymore. Don't turn. It's tiring work drinking water. Excuse me, guys. So you can see pretty much we've been printing money a lot. To get out of the 2008 financial crisis, we had to print a lot of money in a hurry to fix the economy, to stop banks from failing, to like hold the system up, right? Ever since then, 2009, 2010, we kept on adding to it more and more and more. 2013, 2012, whoa, look at that. 2014 had to slow it down a little bit. 2016, stability, the economy is going pretty hot. What happened? Oh, Trump did the tax cuts. The economy was getting a little overheated, not like on fire, but things were rocking and rolling for a little bit as far as the economy is concerned. You saw the real estate start to skyrocket, continuing off of what we saw, I think, from 2012 onward. Just from the 2008 crash, right? But then you saw we tried to start dipping it back down. Remember, guys, we were starting to raise interest rates, lower the balance sheet before COVID hit. And, then, of course, COVID hit. And then, boom, debt kind of got higher. Now we're trying to lower this down. And you can see we're only towards the beginning of this process. I think over the next, 4 or 5 years, we still overall keep on coming down. We want to keep on going like this. We might hit a pause like this, perhaps if the economy goes into a recession. But, I don't think they're going to this time really bail us out this way. Ever since 2008, again, this is like trillions and trillions of dollars up here. I know it says M, but it's like something in millions. Yeah, total assets in millions of dollars. So 8 million in millions, right? That's a lot of money we've been kind of printing off here. I don't know if they're going to do it again this time. We're already kind of getting to these crazy debt levels in the United States. I don't know how much longer they can keep on printing money like this and just expect everything to just go swimmingly. So I'm more conservative on my next bull market expectations. Will they be tons of money to be made during the next bull market? Oh yeah, you better believe it. But it's most likely going to come from a lot of those coins out there who have much lower market caps and coins that have gained the attention of institutional investors out there. I need to look more into Dogecoin of what institutional investors might be interested in actually putting a whole bunch of money into it. Because right now, I think the largest holders of Dogecoin aren't really individuals as they are so much institutions like exchanges and so forth. But I would say around $1.25, $1.50 is a pretty conservative viewpoint at this point in time. But again, I'm more if they somehow manage to keep on ripping money into the market, it can go way higher. But realistically, if they keep on lowering that amount, probably like $1.25, $1.50, at least $1 minimum is my thing, $1 minimum this time. And part of that beautiful fact is it's still on the Robinhood, it's still on the Weebles and everything like that. Everybody has money. Everybody throws it into whatever they know best, and Dogecoin is something everybody knows. Also, the one thing I'll remind you guys again here, if you guys at some point, Robinhood adds a new coin onto their exchange, onto their app, and it's a low market cap coin of around $500 million, $1 billion, again, really under $1 billion, but it's under a penny, so like 0.00 something. You guys want to buy that because it will go parabolic eventually. And I am dead serious about that. It'll go parabolic eventually. And that's me assuming that Robinhood is going to vet whatever coin they put on their app very thoroughly because they don't want it to be a disaster. Every now and again, you see these coins that just die off of exchanges and they're just no good afterwards. Robinhood isn't that type of exchange. I don't think that's going to have something die off like that. But if we're able to find something like that, I'm going to be buying up a load of it. And whenever I find it, I will let you guys know with a very lengthy video telling you guys why I'm buying it and doing some research on the coin itself. But I'd be pretty excited to see what happens there. And hey, JK Trader XRP Live, that might be kind of interesting. I need to find a way to get more people to watch my streams. The one reason I'm doing Bitcoin right now is because Dogecoin has been dying off slowly, the stream, and I can understand why Dogecoin hasn't been going up like it did in the past. I totally get it, but I don't want to see 5 people watching the stream. It's like, should I even run the stream at that point? So I'm hoping by at least having the Bitcoin stream, it'll pay for the Dogecoin stream, and I don't know, more people will be attracted to the channel or something like that, right? But I hope some more people watch the Dogecoin stream over the next, a few weeks or so, right? And hey, Martin, hope you're doing well over there in the Netherlands. I already took some profits from the position and moved my stop loss to break even. Dude, that's a nice solid play right there. So no matter what happens now, you're walking away with a profit. That's really good, man. Let's see. And hey, Tony, remember Elon was Dogecoin's downfall with SNL nonsense? He could have sent it to the moon, but he crapped on it. Oh, what did he say? It's a side hustle. I think he said it was a side hustle there. Yeah. I mean, if Elon does some good stuff there, guys, I think it can get a little bit. I think it could do a pretty solid move there. But Elon's gonna be a big part of it, guys. He has to be a big part of it. and they have to have some tangible results. I mean, we've talked about this at length before. It really needs to have some tangible results, and it'll be just fine. But if they haven't done any work during this entire like couple year period of time, then it's not going to look nearly as good, right? Not nearly as good. But we have to have some disposable income again, and nobody has disposable income like they did back when the government was giving a whole bunch of people free money, right? Week after week after week. And hey, Alan, time happy to see you back, man. Hope you're doing well. Let's see, and hey, Maxwell, Max Power. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing okay, guys. I'm just getting over my little cold here. Shouldn't be too bad. Let's see right here. That's right there. And hey, Tony said it was a scam. What do you call? I don't remember that. I think we were watching all together. I think there came a certain point where I was more interested in the charts than what was going on with SNL because everybody was taking massive positions. I don't know who it was. Somebody just like crapped on the entire Dogecoin market at that point. I know Elon did some FUD stuff. Don't get me wrong, but I think it was like a Mario costume or something, like a Wario costume. I forget. Dude, that was like a long time ago now. It's like 2020. Jeez, it was 2021. I don't remember these days. Yeah, we're breaking down below the 20 here. But what do you call? As far as Dogecoin's concerned, it's something I'm still going to hold for a long time here. Something I'm going to dollar cost average, but it still is one of those more expensive coins out there, right? So your money is not going to go as far as if you bought like a $500 million market cap stock or $1 billion market cap stock, which is why I'm still buying up other stuff like the STMXs, you know, Dogelon Mars is, well, I don't know what's on my watch list. I haven't checked my watch list in a minute here. I mean, even Phantom, I guess, but that fit market cap's over $1 billion. But in the scheme of things, you know, it can go a lot higher, I guess. Huobi token, you guys know, like I'm a big fan of exchange tokens. The same with the BGBs out there. BGB's been having some tough times, I think, ever since I sold a large position of my BGB. Let's go back over here to the daily. Oh no, it hasn't been too bad. I sold a lot of mine around 50 cents. It came all the way back down to 37. Oh yeah, that's a pretty big move now that I think about it. What was that move right there? Yeah, 26%. That's not crazy. Oh, this is, yeah, the last day I checked my phone on the price. This is what I must have been looking at. Looks like it's still trying to hook back up here, though. I don't know. But I bought this around 6 cents here, so I was okay with selling it at 50 cents. Are you kidding me? Now, if only I could have bought this like Doge and, you know, I bought it at 0.0024 and I was selling it at 6. That would have been a crazy time to be trading this bad boy. Oh, maybe I should buy some more of this. I'm not entirely sure. There we go. There we go. Okay. I have 1 trillion Elon just waiting for the pump. I think a lot of people are just like that. Remember, guys, we bought Shiba Inu on the channel well before the pump, and we were just kind of holding it until boom, and then we sold, and then hold on a second here, guys. And then Secret Fish came along and said, "Hey, everybody, I'm about to short it, so watch out." And then he shorted the crap out of it, and then everybody that didn't sell lost a lot of profit on that one. And hey, Discount Killer, happy to see you back, man. And thanks for being a member. Hey, Mike, 50 fell down below the 200 on the 4-hour chart for Bitcoin. We heading for a free fall soon, you think? I think a lot of it comes down to what's going to happen with the stock market this week. Because I was expecting us either Friday or I think Thursday, Friday, or sometime this upcoming week to have a breakdown below that 200 weekly moving averages as far as the SPY and the NASDAQ is concerned. We're just not doing it. Like, there is a lot of negative news out there right now, but the market doesn't care. And if the market doesn't care, we have to kind of change the way we approach this. I don't know, what do I call it? Irrationality, right? But yeah, technicals are still bearish for Bitcoin. I am still bearish on Bitcoin at this point, but excuse me. Probably today or tomorrow, yeah. I don't know if Bitcoin's going to launch downwards until the stock market also starts to take that way as go down that way as that path as well. Excuse me, guys. Ugh. Because as far as the NASDAQ is concerned right here, let's get rid of all this other crap. We're in this current downtrend right here. Nothing too crazy. But you can see we've been trying to battle this 200 here for the last few days, and it's just like we even opened up below it and we still closed above it. Like this thing has been trying to bounce above it. And I really haven't found much good news out there about the market. Like if you guys go over here to, I don't know, CNBC, China sets GDP target of around 5% for 2023. I don't know if that's, they're full of it, I think. Trump, China, Trump, women's sports, Salesforce. Let's go over here to business economy. Tesla's not the only company reviewing its Europe investment after Biden's Inflation Reduction Act. Eurozone inflation softens to 8.5. That's good news. In February's ECB signals interest rate hiking. Oh, so they're going to be raising interest rates as well. That's not good for the economy. That's more recessionary type stuff, but lower inflation, which is good as well. Key inflation measure rose 0.6 in January, more than expected. That's not good. Right, so Fed needs more rate hikes to tame inflation, causing a recession, paper says. Yeah, that makes sense. Jeff Cox is writing a bunch of stuff here. Global economic outlook looks slightly better for 2023, but inflation risks linger. UK economy is in a lot better shape than Bleak Figure suggests, fund manager says. Rose more than expected. This is from mid-February, though. So, I don't know. I'm just not really seeing a whole bunch of good news here that makes me excited about the economy. But I think a lot of what we've been talking about, though, is if you guys think we're heading into a recession, then you guys are much more bearish overall. We're going to hit new lows for Bitcoin, new lows for the stock market. If you guys are like the no recession camp, we're going to have a soft landing, as it's called in the media. Then you guys are going to be buying up and loading up on crypto as much as you can at these levels, probably between like 20,000 and 25,000, loading up, and for a potential rally all the way up to like 50,000, 60,000 over the next like a year or so, right? I'm definitely much more in the bearish camp myself, but that doesn't mean all of you guys should be in the bearish camp too, right? And hey, Melvin, dude, hope you're doing well. Oh, I hope that fight goes pretty well. Jones versus Gain. I didn't even know what was actually happening today. I hope we see a decent SPY dump this week. I have a couple of 375 puts expiring 317. You'd like to see them turn a profit? Well, so far, there was no reason, at least at this point in my mind, that they should be breaking out here as far as the SPY is concerned. We're dealing with the 20-day moving average, and on the top here, there we go. This basic trend on the weekly chart, something around there. We might have a strong Monday, perhaps, but ultimately, I don't really expect much over the next few days because we are going to be breaking back down below the 20 and the 50 here. And maybe that's going to just be a very nasty week. But you can see what happened here the last time we broke down below the 20. It was not a pretty sight. What's the last time we broke down below the 20 after that? Like, yeah, breaking down below the 20 here. I mean, even breaking above the 20 was a nice time. But usually when we come into contact with the 20-week moving averages, they're usually not the best of experiences. Or depending on which side, side you guys are on. Let's see. But if you said 375, it's really going to have to take a dump to get those 375s looking pretty strong, though. Because what sucked so much about this is we almost broke down below the 200 here, but we just weren't able to. Something happened that day where we just found a low point in the morning there pre-market and it just started to take off from there. Hopefully, I know this is going to happen after your thing, but if those puts don't end up making you some good money, I'm hoping that you're able to make some money after the Fed meeting that comes over in I think the 22nd or so, because you're not the only one losing money on those puts then, because all those hedge fund guys that like bought a bunch of puts for this last week, they're all losing a bunch of money here too, which kind of sucks. Well, for everybody, right? There we go. Okay. Hey, GT, would you mind looking at Rose, doing some research there, doing some work with DARPA, which is huge? Rose. Is it crypto or stock? Let me know if it's crypto or stock, and I'll look it up very fast for you, but I'm not sure if it's the Rose Hill Acquisition Corporation or if it's just the Rose on Binance, okay? But let me know, and I'll do a quick analysis on it. Baby Dogecoin's up 20% in the last 24 hours. Looks like it's dying back down a little bit now, though, over the past few weeks. Daxy's up a little bit. Social Good is up a small amount. Mostly everything else, though, in the last 24 hours isn't really doing anything. It's mostly everything's down, actually. Wow, yeah. Xeon is down 40% in the last 24 hours. What happened to this thing? Oh, this is my watch list here. Never mind, this is my watch list. Well, here's one of my things that's not doing so hot. That happened. Oh, looks like this thing has just been very volatile for a while. Oh, small market cap. That's what it is. Never mind. Don't worry about this. This has probably been taken from some exchange that has very low liquidity. Thought it was something. Sorry, guys. Thought I heard Loki whining or something, so I want to make sure he wasn't doing okay. Crypto? Okay, sweet. Yeah, let's go over here very fast. So weekly looks like it got rejected from that 50-week moving average. You're looking to find some support around the 5-cent level, a little bit above 5 cent, like 0.052 level. Though. Decent range. All right, so I'd feel much more optimistic if I had an opportunity to buy it all the way down here on 5 cents. Doesn't look like it's going to happen right away. You do see the 20 and the 50 starting to curl back down, mostly the 20 here. Fighting some support around the 200. Yeah, ouch, this thing took a hit last week, didn't it? Well, a few days ago now. Thursday, yeah, okay. At this point, I think it's just following Bitcoin in a nice, easy reversal here, a short-term reversal. If it can break above the 6 cent range here, what's that, 0.058? How far away is that now? 3%. If it can break above that 0.06 level, and also, I guess I would say at this point, the 20-day moving average, I would actually like to buy this up to around 0.063 to the 0.064, maybe just up to the 50-day moving average, to be frank. Because if you were to buy that now, it gets back up to that range. You're looking at about a 7% profit. I am a little bit more concerned because you can see both these death crosses here just kind of scraping down, each one kind of having their own little nasty effect on their overall price action. Yeah, I think if you're buying this or if you're playing with this, you're probably looking at some move where you're playing the bounce before it eventually comes back down to test out this 5 cent level. And that's what you're looking at right now. Oh, it's the 1 hour chart very fast. 50 on the 1. Okay, that's not terrible. Yeah, the trend lines on this one seem to be working out okay. I would say in the short term, if you're looking for another buying opportunity, maybe you could just look to buy it around 0.056 though. But I would still say that for the next few days, you're probably going to see a little bit of a rise unless the stock market really starts to crater here. And then eventually it's going to just tip back down here and head for that 5 cent level we just talked about from those support levels over there. It's not bad, but I might look to short it up here and place it like that. Otherwise, it looks like it's something that'd be worth dollar cost averaging. As far as actually like checking it out, Rose, 0.0, that's around the same price, so it's not the other one. This Oasis network provides a privacy layer for Web3. Oh, that's pretty nice. Everybody likes privacy. Privacy, the missing piece to Web3, add confidentiality to existing DApps and network with the simple to integrate UX-friendly Oasis privacy layer. Sure, engineering roadmap, community events, okay. Oh, I keep on thinking I hear Loki whining or crying or something. It's the wind outside because it's freaking really gusty outside. Okay, that's what it is. Um, Looks solid to me. I mean, that's just from a brief overview. But anything to do with security, and it looks like they're doing something really solid here. I'd be interested in buying some tokens up. How much is the market cap? Is 334. People see this as an interesting play. I would probably agree with them on this one. I wouldn't be looking to invest this more for the dollar cost averaging long term type of investment, but it still looks pretty solid, man. Still looks like a pretty solid plan. I would probably join the Twitter or the Discord, probably the Discord. Would I go to any of the events? Yeah, but I wouldn't fly to them. It seems like they have an event in Denver coming up. Denver, Colorado, February 24th to March 5th. Oh, it's ending tomorrow. Haha. Oh, it's at Ethereum Denver. That's why. Oh, I remember I got invited to this. I did not want to go fly out to the middle of nowhere. But what do you call they're out there, they're still working. Seems solid to me at this point. Ethereum Denver. Yeah. Don Song. What do you call? Yeah, this seems good to me. I need to find out what some more events are happening in Seattle. But as far as the project itself, it seems interesting enough where I'd want to learn more about it, get involved with the Discord and Discord and Twitter, excuse me, and then possibly make an investment in it through dollar cost averaging. Dollar cost averaging though for that one. How much do I see BGB going up the next few years? Oh, dude, I have like maybe I want to see it go up to like a couple bucks or so. It's already smashing through my expectations though. As far as BGB, I don't know how fast BitGet's really going to rise up there because it's not really like available in America. I think they're going to have to do like follow the what's the one the Binance US type of thing. But they're going to have to do a lot of work in order to get the regulations down for America. Everywhere else, though, they seem to have a solid presence. But as far as maybe the West, they're not allowed through all the doors unless you have a VPN. And that they were at a certain point. But I think when the SEC started to crack down, they started cracking down on everybody that didn't follow the most like stringent protocols or weren't large enough where if they canceled them out, people were going to be outraged and like not voting against a certain party, right? Yeah. What do I think about lunacy? It's a YOLO at this point. I don't see any reason to be buying it at all. I really don't see any point to be buying it. I don't want to give Do Kwon any more money. I don't even know if he's still part of the project or not. As far as like Luna and all this other stuff we were talking about before. Am I buying Netflix puts? Probably, but I just want to see the breakdown occur on the SPY and the SPY and the NASDAQ. For me, it's much more about day trading than it is about doing these like 4 or 5 day swings like I'm used to doing. Anyways, GT, render token partnership with Apple will blow your mind. Check it out. RDR. Loki playing with on your emotions just to win. What do you call it? It's so freaking loud out here. I've been playing with him all day, which is why I got my Columbia. This Columbia is a freaking nice jacket. It has all that, whatever they call it, that heat keeping technology. I don't know what it's called, but it's really chill. Like here, I'm about to end the stream, guys, because I'm sick and I really was not supposed to be talking this long even. I was only supposed to make this into a 30-minute stream. Columbia jackets. If you're in Seattle or around the area, you just know people wear Columbia. It's like what we do. It used to be another brand they used to have a lot of, but Columbia kind of took it over. North Face used to be the brand, but Columbia just kind of smashed it out. Hood. Double X. Insulation. I think it's synthetic. I don't know. Benefit. It's not waterproof. Then it must be like water resistance or something. Oh, warmth insulation. Okay, they're not having the exact color that I have, so it feels kind of weird. But it's a really nice Columbia jacket. I wish I could find it. Looks like they're having a sale though. Maybe I should buy another one. But yeah, I'm a huge fan of Columbia jackets. They're just freaking amazing. And Denim boots. Denim boots, Columbia jackets. Those are usually what I wear when I go out. Let's see. And no worries, Razorback, happy to help you out. And our hey GT, R in DR is also what they need to move over to Polygon. What do you call? I'll check them out, guys. I hope to see you guys a little bit later here. I will be streaming, not tomorrow because I'm still sick and tomorrow's Sunday. But I will come back to streaming on Monday, probably around 6 o'clock. Even if I'm still sick, I will stream. It'll probably just be for like a half an hour to an hour, which I still think is a pretty good solid time there, okay? Okay, you guys are all going to be moved over to the 24-hour Bitcoin stream. Stay over there for a few minutes if you want to help out the channel, talk, chat, do whatever.